stands on my shoulder like a parrot. Oh, sorry. Come on now, I'm sorry.
If we're missing Jamie there, so she's actually...
Robert wants a tour. Robert wants a tour. Are we gonna go? I know. I'm fine. I'll be on my best behavior. We're on? So I guess we could start here. This is the jumper messy table here. So we have our little cute little my hole now that I come home to. I have a desk at the office, but I don't get to spend time in there. But you can't beat spending time in the greenhouse. You know, you turn around, there's orchids everywhere. But this is my cubby hole. When it's dark, I have Jeff's LED light to help me, because I do work till wee hours, sometimes 7 or 8 o'clock on the jumpers. So we have a good setup. Eric helped me set it up. But I love it. I actually eat my lunch here now. I don't even go have lunch with the family. So let's start outside. And today's guest, we have our secretary for the Phil Fanatics, Dorothy, with Hannah over there. So she's going to be our guest. So this is our bloom house. This house is this side of the house. The tables are stable. It's actually, the tables are built by my father from probably about 20 years ago. It's still in good standing. But so this whole side is all fixed table. So my name is Jamie Fang, the youngest of the Fang. We are now in Norman's Orchids in Montclair, California, which is also orchids.com. For welcome all new members to our VIP group. My baby. My baby Hannah. There's Mama. And we have some guests here as well. No. You could be in our in your name? Stacy. Stacy came out. I met you at the Huntington.
Yeah, well, you've met me here.
Well, before, yeah.
And then also at the Huntington, yes.
Yeah.
When we had the...
So she's still come back, so that's a good sign.
Beautiful, healthy orchids. I mean, I've been growing orchids for 30 years as a hobbyist.
Sorry, I couldn't have my mask on, so we're doing walking.
I did 30 years,
30 years
as a hobbyist, and I started in Northern California.
Oh, really?
And I remember Rod McClellan.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I started with that.
Norma, we're on, so.
Oh, hi.
Like, hi.
But you have the most beautiful, healthy orchids variety. I mean, my orchids have stayed alive and
rebloom, right?
Rebloomed.
Perfect. I'll pay you later. Thank
No.
you.
That's why
I'll pay you later.
So I keep coming back.
You too, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Huh? That's great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
To have well, we've been around for 30 years.
right.
We have our lover. We have our haters. You know, can't satisfy everybody.
Well, but people go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And they'll buy an orchid, and sometimes you'll get a good orchid, and sometimes you won't. But they don't understand how they've come about by having all that growing in other countries and just, you know, throwing it together. There's no
Trust me, I
care.
train those people how to sell you an orchid. I train them.
Yeah.
I do a training for 30 minutes. You know, when we used to do, you know, supermarkets back in the days.
Yeah.
I did the Mrs. Gucci's, which was later on became Bristol Farm.
Right.
Yeah, so I go in and train people a half an hour. Just these are the only thing you're gonna say, and they keep asking you things. Repeat what I just taught you, so therefore you will never get into trouble.
Yeah.
So keep going and cycle those 3 or 4 answers. Don't overwater. Don't burn it. But anyways, good talking to you. We're gonna have to tour with the rest of people. Thanks, Stacy. We're coming this way, guys. I think we do an entrance today.
Yeah, I've got that.
Oh, I love the cymbidium.
And then, like,
Isn't this cute?
once every, like 3 or 4 weeks, just spray everything.
Isn't that
And you can
gorgeous? It
spray
might be
the,
another one
like,
you might want to grab
you
right
can
away.
spray
And did you smell those? Oh my God.
Everything. You can spray the pots.
You got to bottle that.
So full of moss that I
Oh,
put
you
in
can do
there,
that
and I
too.
thought, you know what? Maybe it's coming from there. It's too wet or something.
So it's a beautiful day out in California for a change. What is it today? 70, 75. So that's why we're having people coming in. So I think we're on I keep forgetting how many acres we have. 4 or 5 or whichever. We just wanted to show people this is how we grow. Hey, baby. You have signal here? So?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Can you just point out that loud house right there? Everything else is open air. All it gets water is sprinklers. That's it. And you see all those dendro that Norman talked about. Was it 2 weeks ago? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So I've been. So, did they see the lath house out there that was grown?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, anyway, so.
Where's that come?
Hi. Hello. So out there, everything is open air. So everything is on sprinkler. So they'll get the heat and the chilled and everything. So when we say hardy, we really do mean hardy. Good. And then now we do have this is more enclosed, but it's not temperature controlled. It's still just fiberglass. We have beautiful weeds growing on the wall that we can't get to. It's some kind of vine. We do grow dendrobiums. In springtime, we'll put more stuff out there, and they actually just flower. You can't catch that when that flower's in there, huh? The Laelia? Okay. So, water. Eric set up the watering system. So not everything is in the greenhouse, except his precious phalaenopsis. So this is my love. Dorothy, you should probably get one of these if you don't have a Kiniatum. I'll put a few on jumpers today, like the extreme size. They're so fragrant. I don't know if you can smell it.
Ooh, that I can, yes.
Yeah, it's like almost like a hyacinth when they're fresh.
Yes.
Hyacinth scent when they're fresh. And they're great. They usually, we have a pandemic. Sorry, go ahead.
I can't see, so somebody's got to get out of here. Thank you.
Have a good day. See you later. We have a big tub, literally this big. I'm not kidding. You have Kiniatum just blooming, and you could just smell it as you come in. So this is my unkept place I could never get clean. This is some of the stuff I brought back from Orchid Affair when I retired. So that's come back into the greenhouse. You guys could show a little bit of my pots since you want to see what's going on in the greenhouse. This is part of my showroom. I had a 5,000 square foot showroom in LA to show you some of our containers. We did $10,000 in Rush Hour years ago for the movie, and many, many movies to come, because the directors and all the designers love to keep these pots, so of course they buy it on the budget. So these are part of the containers that we work in-house. It's all dusty, could never keep this place dust free. We got Mr. Cameraman and director. We're learning to do walkthrough, right? Hope we're doing okay. We'll just keep trying and get better and better at it. I think we're running low on Megathrive again, so hurry up and order. We ran out of that tube pellets already. Isn't this a gorgeous color?
It's, yeah.
It's striking. And look at that.
Is this a vanilla?
No. Something. Viney. Yeah, look at that. Bubble bottom. That is one crazy plant. This flower is stinky flower. This bubble bottom, but it's gorgeous to have the leaf structure. It stinks. It stinks. But it's beautiful. Right? So, yeah, Dorothy, here's that cymbidium. I just got them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is what I love. This is probably new for Norman. And again, today we're going to walk by real quick. We may not touch bases, all the names and stuff, but if you want everybody, I think I put this on Orchid Digest. And I'm not very familiar with this. This is a new plant. It's NF2237. It's an epi. And I didn't think the flower was going to last long, but every time I come home, they still keep blooming and blooming. Beautiful, delicate flowers. It's almost like, well, it is an epi. That's just almost like an epi. So, anyways, I think we could go into the bloom house, show people what the bloom house is. You know, about 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, this bloom house was all empty, right?
After Chinese New Year.
After Chinese New Year, Valentine, the house was all empty. And this is my stash of cut flower. Every time, instead of me dumpster diving for flowers and stuff, usually they just throw it in the trash. I come home and start picking out flowers. So now they're good to me now. They just put in the vase for me. And here we are. This is this week's jumper. Dorothy, this is a special jumper for the dragonfly. It wasn't fair. I just announced it 2 hours prior I put it out.
Oh.
I had a moment that I thought I wanted to do it. Spare moment, but which put me behind on jumpers today, so I might be here for a while. But yeah, these are gonna fly to somebody's home. These are all gone, yeah. Yeah, I think we had 12. 4 was pre-jumper. Somebody asked me to show them a couple. They took it right away. Then I went to grab 8 more. Look at the color. I cannot put the color on the photograph, so this time I tried to video. Did you catch any of it? I tried to try different ways to do a video to see if we could capture the color. Look at this.
I know. Look at that one up there. They're gorgeous.
Look at the sheen of this. I can't capture that on a photograph. And on a good day, I could just grab it on it. When I'm in a rush, I don't think my description is very good. As Elaine tells me, you must be having a good day. Your description is pretty good today. So anyways, yeah. And then we're going to have to find more Jeff Young. I think Jeff Young had to be approved on the registered
I'm in
name.
demand.
I know.
I got Jeff Young.
Yeah.
I'm in demand.
Yes, you are. I think Norman took a picture of this, and the whole house is so fragrant. It's a little bit tall to ship, I think. Cost me too much money to ship.
Yeah.
So, guys, so for the new VIP friends of ours, this side, this is our bloom house. Remember when we started, we said one side is all station table. This side is on the rolling bench. See how well the bench rows? We actually only have one aisle on this side of the greenhouse, which maximizes our space of growing. So when you come to visit, the nursery is open 6 days a week, closed on Sunday. But if you want to visit other greenhouses, you need to have an appointment with either Norman or myself. The other greenhouses are not open. But the bloom house is always open, and the first house we went venture through is open. This side is never open because we have our private stashes in there. Our coffee colors are in there. I think I showed you one of the best coffee a few months ago, but we didn't want to post it and tease everybody. Oh, Hannah's like, I'm really bored, Mom. She's yawning. So anyway, so this is the rolling bench. If you do it right, you could do it with one little finger. And I just moved probably about 600 plants maybe. Just one finger. I went to a nursery in Oxnard. I roll, and the whole half of the table fell over. Oh, let me close it. Yeah, sorry. Oh, just close that. So did you want to come in real quick? You can see a little colors in here. Some of the plants we're prepping or watching. I think this is going to be a beauty. Some of these are my jumper that I'm going to bloom it more because I don't like to ship them when they're too tight because you might have butt bless. And this is a very limited. See this flat lip, Norm Roger? Yeah, Norman doesn't want to release a name yet, so be on guard, it'll be up soon. And here's your 50-50. You should take a 50-50. See, here's the other 50, and here's the normal. Actually, here's a normal. Now you have 3. The first one is a Lycaste parolic form. This is the normal. I think none of us have really bloomed a normal yet.
It's a little bit hard to see.
Is it hard to see here? Come down. Well, this way you can see the difference. So far the 50-50 has 3 version. So this is not too bad for a normal version, but so far the 50-50 are, I would say, maybe 70%, 75% either the Lycaste parolic or regular parolic. So it's a pretty good count. That section over there, Roger. See, those section are the plants I'm watching for jumpers. Those the year before or last spring flower really well. I'm watching it again to make sure it's consistent. So that's another thing I do for jumpers to make sure I don't just pick and grab. Sometimes I'll put them in a section to make sure it's consistent. They're going to reflower that way. So it's a lot of thought going into a jumper. Of course, you got this, Juliana. Good. Don't trip, honey. Roger's getting a new office. Internet got lost. You back? So we're having spotty internet problems back there. So Roger has a new office, so we're trying to set up his lights, right? You got a 48, you do a 48 or 36 and a 24 on top of the filing cabinet. So we're excited about that. So he's actually going to be growing under light in a bigger fashion. He's doing that now already. Look at this pretty. Juliana. See how pretty? This is a darker version. But anyways, you guys could just take the camera up and down the blooming bench and just show a little bit of flowers. Yeah. Show a little bit of flower. So of course now we got the complex, we have the Madia. For people who doesn't understand, the Madia type are the one that's easier to bloom with euphales inside the house. They usually have spotted leaf, so you could grow them alongside with euphale. The complex is what we call the bulldog, right? And you get totally different leaves with just no spotting in it. The complex will take more abuse to go outside. So if you have a cooler area or a brighter area, the complex will work great. Keep in mind the Madia, as we call it, it's more, this is gorgeous. It's just opening. This will go mostly with your euphale because it's more delicate indoors. Okay, Path is great. Path is in season. Oh, I think Norman's gonna talk about this. This I love. I've been watching it. He keeps smashing my finger off. Then I realized it's an MC or NF. Well, anyway, he won't let me have it about 3 weeks ago. And we took 2 of these home. I love these. Did you get one of these?
No. Oh, wait. I don't know.
No, we just have it. You could pick one here. But these are so cute. I took 2. But anyway, so you could go through the aisle real quick if you want to show, and then I will ask if Norman's ready.
Okay.
A lot of things in here may not have tags or names because it's just meant for yeah,
It's reconnected.
reconnected. I personally love this. Roger, we should put one at home. This is so pretty and graceful. It's got the standard.
Can you ask if the sound is back?
Is the sound back? Roger wants to know, is our sound back? Nobody's talking. But anyways, if we're gonna do this kind of, sound is back? Okay. So we have to do it without Wi-Fi? Is that what?
Yeah, we have to hear.
We have to do it without Wi-Fi if we want to do these tours. There's really nothing to say back here. Just pretty phalaenopsis for the general public. Actually, this is not so general. This is great. This is super waxy. Look at the bloom count on this. As I walk, I keep wanting to pick more for the house. I think this week we already took like 15 plants home. Okay. We having, oh, look at this pearl. Hi, Annabelle. Hannah.
Did they lose Norman?
No, Norman? No, he's not supposed to be in a tour.
Oh.
Yeah, he's. Hey, Jeff, look what I got here.
Batman!
Batman! I love Batman. Your Batman's good.
Isn't he beautiful?
I got you a good Batman.
Yes, you did. You picked that out.
Did you see the
That was a.
You're not showing the really tall ones in the back, are you?
No, then we have to go straight to the back or you're going to lose internet. Oh, here. Okay, fine.
You can have second house.
Jeff said to take you to the other house that's not open, so.
We may have internet problem.
Okay, well,
No,
just
here.
pick through.
Between the two
This
points.
one sure okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Please enjoy the other section of our nursery. So if you come without an appointment and we're not here, this is what you're going to get. Are you almost ready?
I'm never ready.
I know that. I know that.
Okay,
See the tall Batmans?
Look at this view.
Look,
Look
guys.
at that view. Every view is different.
Look, guys.
Go back there.
He took it away from me.
Because I need a recliner.
I had this. He took it away from me.
There's no more. Nobody's doing that anymore. So I need to.
So he
redo it.
took it. Did you hear the main point?
I did. I
Okay.
did. He took it.
He took it.
Just like this one. We're gonna start. We're trying to.
We did that last year.
No, we did.
I mean, we showed it last year. We
We're
took.
gonna send the stem again. Look at how pretty.
Yeah, but there's a millibug. You need air circulation back here. We just
What?
turned off the
Do
fan.
you have the fan? Do you have? Oh, you have it.
I have the microphone on. So, what happened here? I roll it all the way back. I had taller Batman than these. Look at that lemon drop. Look at the color of that lemon drop. Oh, it's not lemon drop? I know it's a ceiling. It's a lot bigger. Is that why it's hiding inside Batman?
Yeah.
Whoa, this is not cool, Norman.
He's hiding it, I think.
He-
That's like in the federal witness protection program.
He camouflaged it in Batman so I cannot see this. Look at this.
It's in the witness protection
That
program.
is
Maybe if I hurry, I could put it on a jumper. Dorothy might take it. But he camouflaged it in here so I couldn't see it. Look at some of these Batmen are so tall. I think these are your typical Batmen. But this house is where I pull a lot of the jumpers from. They're starting to come up. Well, look what happened here. Somebody's hiding 2 of my dragonflies here. This is fading. See, my dragonflies in the private house that nobody goes to. Somehow there's 2 or 3 here. Anyways, so is Jennifer on? And where's Jennifer? Wisconsin? Yeah. So we have.
Yes, I just got her order this morning. It will be going out.
Jennifer has. Yeah, I got a few of those on. Is that the green whirl, whatever you call it? And this is how Norman and we carry our plant. When I had a big cymbidium, I drag it by the leaf.
This is the Laelia superbum.
Look at that.
Related to anceps and just on flower. It's taller than Jamie. But this is the one that can go outside. But I'm going to use this for demo for the talk.
Norman, you were caught on camera dragging it. You don't have to pick it up now. Jeff wanted me to show you this. I actually already pulled some for jumper that is bigger and with more branching. And I found a double spike for me.
Those are just so cool.
Oh my God, I have mine since November. It's still perfect. Perfect. See the difference over there is a little bit darker. Look, the color is darker. See it, Jeff?
Yep.
Roger, do you see?
They're more
Back in the
intense.
last table, the color is more intense. You see the difference? And plus it's open a little bit older, so that's how you could play with the color by temperature, lights.
Yep.
And also, I don't know if we're gonna get lost back here. This is the epi earlier. This was the epi earlier. We had it in pot. For some of us that love to be on the board. Isn't this cool?
Yeah.
Look at the size of that tail growing on the wall.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we could never go back there because the Wi-Fi back there doesn't work. The other house, which is great. I think Norman.
We could put a point back.
No, I think Norman did that on purpose so nobody could have Wi-Fi back there.
Yeah.
Nobody could be taking pictures. I'm reserving this for jumper. There's only like 15 plants, I think. Look at this. Look at this 50.
50-50.
Hey,
It's out.
hey, I saw 150. That's normal.
50-50's next to Batman.
Look at this one. Half 50 on one flower.
Oh my God.
Did you see the regular?
25.
That's 25. Are you betting here? Are you were gonna do an auction?
50-50 and 25 next to Batman.
Hey, is that a Jeff Young? We're just teasing. It's not a Jeff Young. Look at Jeff go. Where am I? He's so proud. So look at these I don't even know what this is gonna be. A mini pink. Look at the variation. So this is gonna get fun, and we're coming into spring. We're gonna have a lot of flowers to pick from, and it's going through the greenhouse. Look at this. You find Lycasia pluralic, and I've been eyeing this. Guys. Look at this. This is why jumper is so fun, right? And without the flower, I've been watching it for a few weeks because, Roger, if you could get a picture of the bud. You see how different this bud is from your normal bud? So you can tell this is going to be something striking. And sure enough, it opened with the outer edge to be flare. I think that's what we call it, flare. So you can already see a little bit from the bud. So a lot of time the growers like this, we could tell from a bud if it's going to be a good shape or, you know, mediocre shape. We could tell from the bud. LB King Marley. This is a really good stem, but right now the winter, the leaves turn a little bit yellow. As we start getting warmer, it'll revert back into more green. The whole crop went kind of yellow, but it's been so cold here. This house we don't heat very much. And some of you collect 2 or 3 of these already. So I think we should probably conclude. This is another batch in the back that I'm watching. A lot of jumpers in the back there. Oh, I do wanted to show people where the our holding bench is. Is Jennifer up? Can she text to see if Jennifer's online? Because I want to show her baby. Her baby's been sitting here for probably about a month because we couldn't ship to her. Look at this one. I might have one on the jumper. The color is amazing and it doesn't fade. Usually sometimes these color will fade a little bit. The first flower is still obtaining this color. It's very striking. Norman, I'm almost done. Somehow this one's missing the handle. I'm showing my holding area, and Jennifer hasn't seen her plant in a while. And yeah, I got the Judy's too. Yeah, so we actually, Norman invaded my jumper table for some of the .com, so without putting a name on it, the .com, because some get sold out, like including Mega Thrive. It'll be in the holding area until you guys are ready to ship. And this is Jennifer's. Jennifer, you have 5 dragonfly here, and it's looking more beautiful every day. You see all the dragons? So your orders are safe. Nobody comes in here. And here's what we pulled together. Look at this guy. Look how much blue is that. Love. And we're gonna watch this one. There's only 2 plants. Jennifer has one, I have one. We're gonna bloom ours again because it's got the green edging. So don't kill yours, Jennifer. So we have a backup. And here's another dragon that's been sitting here since January 29th for a month now. So, oh, Kathleen, sorry. We're still holding it. You're in good shape. I think 2 weeks ago I took a picture and said your baby is still good. So yeah, everybody's holding it. It's in good hands. I think that's it. I think this is good. This is a good walkthrough. Oh yeah, here's a Shariana and Spike. Look at that size of the leaf. Huge. You see it? Yeah, the leaf is all the way down. Yeah, I mean, Florida people, it's great. They get to just throw it on a tree and it does its thing, you know. Roger, don't trip. There's a cart behind you. We could do it out here. I wish I could show people all of our Laelia on the palm tree, remember?
So maybe next week we'll move a repeater out there and then we can do it.
Okay.
We can take one out lunch from
Yeah, because I wanted to show people we're really in a sucky California spot. It was 105 degrees in the heat, dry heat. And winter, we dropped down. Lately, we dropped down.
Oh yeah, 40s.
Quite 40s.
Next week we'll test it to get it set up.
40s out there. And then we got, you know, we're trying to mimic Florida people. We have calyx on the tree. They're actually surviving. And there goes Norman again. Are you ready, buddy? There goes Norman again. What do you guys think? We're thinking about cutting the podcast to every other week. What do you guys think? Are we getting
I don't
any?
think it'll go over well.
Yeah, because Norman is so busy. He was doing pre-show as of an hour ago. I mean, not pre-show, his show and tell. Hi, Hannibal.
There's your mama.
Kiss, kiss. Hannah, kiss, kiss. See how she kisses? Anyway, so Norman's back on his table. I'll say my goodbyes. Ciao. See you guys next week. Oh yeah, Jeff's like, you gotta give Norman the mic. I'll be right back. So you guys will go. Norman, you want your mic, hon? You never get sick of the Amovilus. So pure and white. Dorothy, do you want to go through here and do we have a chair for Dorothy? Maybe this white one. Toss it over for her. Sit over there.
What, you done?
Yeah, Dorothy's gonna sit over there in that corner. Hey, we need kind of like a commercial break for changeover.
Yeah, everybody can go to the necessity room.
Necessity room. We call it the loo.
Okay. Hmm? We're not on here, right?
Please don't be on this.
That's okay. How does this one look? Ready? Oh my God. Oh, this is, am I surrounded by a beautiful orchid? Good. So how was the tour?
Great. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Norman Fang, and I've started Norman's Orchid. I started in 1986, and here we are today. One of the I put the only full service retail orchid nursery in Southern California. We open Monday to Saturday, 9 to 5, and plus the website orchids.com open 24/7. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the jewel of Mexican orchid. So I was typing so fast yesterday, and I said I didn't even realize I typed jaw. JAW. Anyway, but I was so late. I'm putting up the topic, and we have a lot of if you notice that we've been pushing out a lot of order out this week because of FedEx, the weather problem. And last week, oh by the way, only you know whether you like the FedEx service better for you or UPS is better for you. I know Elaine Taylor, for her, it's always UPS. So we don't know because we usually ship primarily FedEx. Not because we like them the most, but they had the latest pickup for us. They usually come in and pick up at 4 p.m. rather than UPS coming in about 2:30 or 3. So that's why we use FedEx a lot. So if you think that UPS is better for your area, when you make the order at a special shipping instruction, they carry now to use UPS or FedEx. All right, and also you can do a hold for pickup because the weather might be kind of still iffy-ish. Do a hold for pickup. I do a hold for pickup for my own stuff. Yeah, once you get to a hold for pickup at your nearby FedEx or UPS address, they can hold it for you till 5. Up to 5 days, and that way the box doesn't have to be in the truck or the FedEx, if going around the town. And you know those trucks are doesn't have any heater in there. Okay, so today's topic is the anceps. Okay. Producer, can I have a scene on this one here first? Okay. This one right on the right hand side here is the wild strain of the Laelia anceps from Mexico. Okay. I want you to take a look at how small the grow havoc. Okay. This is one of my prize. And by the way, I had this for about 25 years. Started from a division that I got from a collector from Mexico, and I'm gonna divide them. So it's called Moncler Fantastic. So we will offer a division of this later on. But nice about this, the wild strain of the Mexico species. This is all diploid, the two set of chromosomes. They are, I got an outdoor, in a shade, well, in a covered patio, and last year, it went, usually get up to, our summer usually get over 100 degrees, in Upland, and it goes down to 35 Fahrenheit. In fact, I do have a couple of this, the alba one, and also the Vichii, the mounted on my queen palm. So if Laelia anceps is one of the major Cattleya species. Notice that on your label, if you say LC, that means Laelia Cattleya. Okay. If you have BLC, I'm not talking about the new label. Okay, the new classification, the old classification. LC means Laelia crossed with Cattleya. Okay, the straight Cattleya is a warmer grower from South America. So you have Laelia and Cattleya together give you LC. And then Brassavala, like the Tipiana, B, Brassavala, Laelia, and Cattleya, the species that Marcia, for example, that give you BLC. So if you are looking for hardy species, Cattleya, like if you live in Gainesville, okay, you can go ahead and grow Laelia anceps even in Gainesville, Florida, because when the when you have a cold front coming, the first thing you have to move your Vanda come inside, and Cattleya inside, Phalaenopsis inside. The Laelia love it. They will thrive with the heat of the cold for more flower. And Laelia anceps is actually flower freely even in South Florida, in Homestead, down to the Key. Okay, so they in South Florida, you can actually the best to grow them mounted on the tree. I know some area of Houston, I seen them go mount on a tree, but you always want to do it gradually. You don't want to stick it outside on the tree in the middle of the fall. Okay, when it's cold. So the best time to mount them on the tree or repotting them, I will go over that later. On the tree is about April, when it's not too hot, not too cold, and the day length is getting longer. Okay, so, and can we focus on this side here? Okay, and here's another Laelia anceps, same anceps, but you notice the size of flower. Okay, well, this is the what we call the tetraploid form, the big flower. Okay. Okay. This is true the selective breeding, and being in California, because California is bordered with Mexico, a lot of the work's been done in Santa Barbara Orchid State, for example. They bring through a line breeding of anceps, and they come out with a lot of this what we call the tetraploid form. Okay, the tetraploid is fine, but if you like to go under the light, I would do the diploid form because everything's so more compact. My personal favorite is actually more the wild strain, just like Phalaenopsis. The wild strain is actually hardier than this kind of line breeding. Unfortunately, the 4N1 type is not as hardy as the wild strain. Okay, so this is the main difference. Okay, and then this is a perfect example. Okay, Jeff, we can do this now. Okay, so this is the perfect example of the man-made strain now. So this is actually grown in the greenhouse, and this is exactly the pink perfection strain. Okay, Laelia anceps is a runner. When I say runner, is they do not like to stay in the pot, especially for the forend. You see here, they always constantly want to run out of the pot. So what I usually do, like to grow the anceps before in the pot. I like to go in the shallow, in the bark, okay, because they do like to dry between water, and if you look at this, some people say, oh yeah, Norman, can I divide it and repot them yet? No. You notice that they just they just finished flower, so we cut them back. Okay, they just finished the flower, but it's still too early. By a lot of the previous, this is when they finish repotting. I always do this one step to clean up all the back suitable. That give me a time to make sure there is no any scale inside, because when we spray them, this sheet now, dry sheet, is actually is going to protect the pesticide. A lot of the pesticides today are systematic, so I love this. Not only it's easy to clean out a lot of the at the time you get close and personal with your orchid. Okay, so when you clean this up, okay, you notice that there is an emerged dormant flower bud now, a shoot coming up here. Okay, so sometime you might have read somewhere that the best time to repot orchid is when they finish flower. That is generally speaking, but there's always exception in life. For Callias, you always want to wait until the new shoot coming up. So this one here is going to be a unique next grow. Okay, so this particular one, either you repot to a bigger pot. I might find a 10-inch saucer type, the more shallow, the more for mold. Or if you want to divide them, and repot it, you always want to wait until this new shoot come up until about 4 to 6 inches, and that's when the new shoot is coming out. If you divide them right now, you actually do more setback on the orchid, because physiologically, internally, they are still kind of rested. Okay, I just done my flower for 2 months. Give me a break. They're taking their union break. Okay, so once you see this shoot here, there'll be a shoot here from here, and probably later from here also. So this is the area, good area to cut. Okay, so this is the area to cut, but I will wait until the shoot is finished. Okay, so the culture on Cattleya is actually very similar to a lot of Eucalyptus. The only difference is being the species, whether it's a diploid form or the tetraploid form here. Diploid form is grow faster, and the tetraploid form usually are slower grower, but they do like a lot of light. In fact, I haven't mounted on the tree. They even take full afternoon sun at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the summertime when it's 100 degrees, and it did not burn them because they gradually used to the outdoor. The Laelia anceps can take a lot of dry, a lot of abuse is what it is. So that's why a lot of times you see LC, Laelia Cattleya, is also very good for beginner. Okay, because they have lots of the anceps. Laelia is most likely will be a lot of anceps in there, so they are more forgiving for a beginner. If you're a beginner and you're worried about the cold in your area, if you want to put it outside year-round, do not do anything with BLC, because they have one shot of Brassolalia, Brassovala, which is a lot of Debiana in there. They are the most tropical type. So If you want to do something that even in California, you can, that's a general rule, but there's always exception in rule. You can always, if you want to put something for outdoor, year round, for example, even in Florida, in Gainesville, always do it in March, April when weather is warmer, and let them go outside and then test it, the limit, okay. So you can always tell this has been in-house, greenhouse grown. You notice how dark the leaf, okay, versus the one grow outside, and it's very it's lighter green, okay. So I will let everybody know, because most of my diploid form, including I have a very good diploid alba, this big, have over 50 spike on them. Alba, okay. I will divide them because I will be keeping in the collection for over 30 years. We're getting so big, we actually divide it. So I will let everybody know in this group that when we're gonna offer them, maybe about April, when they start have a new shoot break, and then we offer bare root division, and then whether you can decide whether you can put it in the pot, or you can mount it on the tree, or mount it on the cork. Perfect. Okay, they just love to run. So Laelia anceps love to have, when they're in the active growing season in April, for example, if you grow catasetum or cynoches type, put it all together because you cannot overwater them. In fact, you want to beef up. You know, this is from here and here, okay, and then from to here, okay. This is when they are actually getting mega dry and Norman Fang. I acquired this plant from Santa Barbara Orchid Estate, and then boom, the next one. You want to pump up as big as possible. This is when they store all the nutrients. But I did not repot them last year because of time. So they actually, the new growth did not get as strong. So this is what I'm going to divide them this year. So you cannot overwater them. You cannot over feed them. They just, the more feed, the better. They can really use it, and you want to build out this suitable like this. Okay. So for example, so this one here is finished. So this is a good summer grow here, and a good feed one will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, versus the 2 flower. We want to see at least 2 to 4 flowers on them. So by a lot of carrier in the summer grow from May to about October is their what we call active vegetative stage. This is the time. You don't try to feed them every other week as much as possible. Mark it on your calendar. You know, to feed them twice a month, and then make a dry every other in between. Then by the end of the fall, when the suitable is mature, okay, we do not do as extreme as Nobile type dendrobium, the cut off the water. We just reduce the water, but we still feed them. Nobile dendrobium, you do not feed anything, okay? But the Cattleya type, in particular Laelia anceps, you just make sure you don't water as much now, but you still feed it, okay? Especially, and then if you go under, this is actually, underlight might be a problem. If you have underlight, this kind of tetraploid form is not for you. You do definitely want to get the diploid form. In fact, on my website there is we offer a variety called Petite Princess, and that plant only get about this big, and that's a wild strain. So on and off, we will offer you more of different type of anceps because I grew in the outdoor, and I've been collecting anceps for about last 30 years, and it's amazing the variety of the anceps they have. And the berry anceps are, if you if I offer a division or the barrel division, grab it because these are the mature plant and they've been out there under the severe strange spectrum of weather. So this is the good. As far as the pesticide and disease, they actually very disease resistant. I was take picture of, actually Jamie should have taken you to see the insect outside earlier. That we had 2 big clumps that been on the tree for 20 years. We never spray them. We never spray pesticide. We never had to spray fungicide because there's so much air movement. Okay, so the plant itself. That's what I like about this. Some of the species, especially the wild strain species, they do genetically have the DNA to sustain the stress from the heat and cold. And if you can, Lori, do you want to feel the leaf? Touch the leaf and tell people how it feels. Is it like it's
very
thick?
thick and it's strong.
And strong.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened is this epidemic is so thick. It's very hard for the fungi to penetrate and to cause infection on this. Okay. And the way the leaf structure on here have a slope that even if the rainwater stay on here, it's very easy for them to, they never collect in here, like Phalaenopsis. They always easy to fall off. So the water never collect here. And this is why I like Laelia anceps or LC in that sense. So this is why a lot of the, when people come here, and I always tell them, if you never go Cattleya before, hand off on the BLC first and do the Laelia or Laelia anceps. What does she want? I'm gonna bring my cat next week, okay?
She wants mommy.
She wants mommy. I'm not your mommy.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay. So other than that, how many of you grow Laelia anceps? You do. Good, good, good. Okay. Laelia anceps. Not many of nursery offer them as much because they are slow grower. They take twice as long, but it's definitely we always have Laelia anceps. You can type in anceps on the search button. Sometimes we have. I'm going to offer you a couple of the items that is that's cross with it. There's lots of the hybridizations been done with the standard Cattleya with Laelia anceps. There's one called Santa Barbara Sunset. It's one of the orange one, but the spikes are kind of tall. So, but there's another one like this one here. Okay. Now, isn't it charming? This is actually, it's using the diploid form, this one, of the anceps, versus, though this is more manageable. Okay, this one can flower in the spring and fall. The spring just finished. This is anceps as a pup parent. This one as a pup parent. Crossed with SLC, Head and Wells, is an orange flower. So, so we will offer this. This is actually a good one to have if you want to try this for under light, or as a first hybrid for anceps. But this is very, very manageable. Okay. Okay, so this one here, you see the spike? Okay. Now there's a lot of the Laelia, and the one I showed you earlier that when I was walking, this is the Laelia superbum, and this is the one. Okay, it's so tall now. I'm gonna cut off the spike now. Get a new one. Okay, good. Sasha was taller than Jamie, and they always flower for Christmas. And Laelia superbum is not something for everybody. Look at the suitable. They almost like bamboo. Yeah, and go outside, no heater, no nothing. Okay, so there's So this is another type that is related to anceps, bigger. It's actually a conversation topic. Yeah, they always flower for Christmas. So, but it's not for houseplant. Okay, so, but anyway, the Laelia anceps, again, it doesn't, it's very disease resistant. And I just follow the thing. You only start feeding heavily and water heavily when you see the new shoot up in the spring, about April, May. And you only repot them, okay? You only repot them or divide them when you see the new grow about 4 to 6 inches, okay? Then once you divide them, like this for example, you can put it up for mounting on the cork, or you can, if you're in South Florida or in Florida period, you can directly mount it on you. If you have an oak tree, for example, it's perfect object for them. Oak tree, a lot of oak tree, if you train them, have a lot of shade. They can take 4 morning sun or 4 afternoon sun. It's proven, even in California. It's amazing when we have the summertime, it actually takes the western sun and the humidity is 0 in September, August here. And the plant can detect that kind of stress. So, and then when the shoot coming up in the growth season, make sure you don't overwater them. If you underwater, sometimes the leaf, the new growth will give you kind of wrinkle and cracking. That's that's the plant telling you they were too dry. And then just keep out of feeding along with your cattleya. In fact, in Southern California, we put this on the same bench with a cymbidium. We put them with a nobile type, everything, all the bright light. You put the nobile type, you know, when they're in summertime, in the vegetative stage, put it all together. A lot of light, 4 morning sun. Morning sun before 12 o'clock, they love it. You want to maximize the plant before, without burning them. Get a mega dry fertilizer, let them build up all this energy in the suitable, and that's how you get that impressive stem like this. Okay. All right. So, any question? So I sort of use the opportunity because this is the end of the Laelia anceps for me. You know, I'm in Los Angeles. Depending on the areas, if you're in Santa Barbara and north, their season is earlier. My area always, because my summer and fall is warmer, so my anceps always come in later. If you're in Northern California or Central California, your anceps are at peak at Thanksgiving, and for me, mine just maybe start spiking. So the growing environment is different. If you live in New York, a lot of the time people put the orchid outside in the summertime. Perfect. They leave it outside. They can give it a lot of maximize the space. Or if you go under light, I seen people go under light, and then when they were spiking, they take it away from the light car and put it by the window. Even if you live in, I have a customer in Minnesota. Okay, they away from the light car and they put it in the windowsill. That might be too cold for Phalaenopsis because it's cold outside. It's not outside. Well, put the anceps type there. They can use the full morning sun, and they can, and the cold actually will stimulate, will help them. They will love the difference. Okay, how are we doing? Any question? Okay. Oh, this one here? Okay, I wear it for a reason. It's one of the show and tell. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna, a lot of the podcast, we will kind of see what's in bloom, so I can show you the specimen, because what you see in person is different than what in the picture, that little frame. And it just show you that I don't just grow just Phalaenopsis. We grow everything here. Okay. Do you need a break between
Typical week.
the typical week? Okay, good. Okay, the tip of the week. I think we have some people we have some new member, and the tip of the week Okay, I know the non-motif Phalaenopsis season is coming. Okay, and you see here, this is not more. This is just the residue from the previous year's honey. Okay, so don't be alert when you see something like this, because you can actually with alcohol, if you have alcohol or this wipe, many of the experienced growers will know the novelty Phalaenopsis in the summertime, they give out a lot of honey. So the honey, because the moisture in the wintertime is a lot more moisture, they get some kind of black fungi in there. So this is the season for the novelty Phalaenopsis is coming. So this is a good time to start maybe wipe up some of the previous summers. Okay, even here, this is the honey from last year, and this is from the high moisture. So you should start doing cleaning and start checking it out, because the season, this is what is nice about novelty, because they're going to rebloom from the old can now, because they are getting the new spike coming up from here. So this is the time to start checking. And this is all the leaf. I can leave it. Okay, and this is the perfect example. You might notice that this one is kind of wrinkled like this. Okay, this is a perfect example on when the active growing season, the pollen media got too dry. So it does happen a lot, because the novelty Phalaenopsis, if you notice the new leaves, is very thin and very waxy. So it will happen on the Metonopsis too. Okay, so the tip of the week is right now, start grooming and prepare.
Should they wipe down all the leaves?
Yeah, or we don't have time to wipe out everything. We might do it before, but I would just for the ornamental value, and then sometime even the older leaf, the spike like this, if they are yellow like this, okay, and usually I would tell people maybe have a new green leaf like this. I will cut off from here, because this one might have a branching. If it doesn't branch it or you keep yellowing, you could cut all the way down. But this one here, for some reason, is keep dying back here. So I will make a decision, executive decision. I'm going to cut it all the way down. And this is a big healthy plant. That way it will encourage to have an entire new spike from here and here, and you will have two spikes. So in theory, they usually have last for about 5 years, but it just for some reason they just don't want it. Okay, so that way the plant is mature enough. You're gonna have at least two spikes from this eye and this eye here. By cutting them back, don't be surprised, especially we've seen it with other people. I think Sonny has it with a new spike, a two spike at the same time. So you might get another new spike from this old area. We make it right. So here you go. We always check under the leaf. A little bit more honey residue here. Doing some house cleaning. Dust them. Okay. And they'll be in business for this, because right now the novel, this is banana, and this is the beginning, they are waking it up now. You notice that they have new leaf coming up. Okay, so that will be my tip of the week. So if you see, sometimes if we send the plant and we did not do a good job cleaning them, this is a couple of black spot, do not worry, they're not skin cancer like we have on the mall. It's just the honey residue from the summer. Okay, all right, so this will be tip of the week, and this will complete today's podcast. And I will see you next week. But stay tuned.